In this video, we're going to find the inverse of f of x equals e to the x minus 1, all divided by e to the x plus 1. Let's go ahead and carefully work through this solution. So the first step when finding the inverse of a function is to replace f of x with the variable y. So in step 1, I'm just going to write y equals e to the x minus 1 over, and then here we have e to the x plus 1. In the second step, we're just going to interchange x and y. So instead of y, we write x, and this is equal to, instead of x, we write y's. So it's e to the y minus 1 over, and then here we have e to the y plus 1. So pretty easy so far. Step 1, you call your function y. Step 2, you interchange the values of x and y. Step 3 is where it gets a little bit harder. We actually have to solve this equation for y. So I'm going to write it over here, step 3. I'm going to go ahead and write this again. We have x equals e to the y minus 1 over, and then we have e to the y plus 1. We're looking for y, and it's in the exponent, and it's in the numerator and denominator. So a good start maybe is to clear the fractions. So I'm going to multiply both sides by e to the y plus 1. So I'll put 1 here, and we'll put 1 here as well. These cancel. Now we can distribute this x. We get x times e to the y, then plus, and then x times 1 is x. And this is equal to e to the y minus 1. And again, we're looking for y. So maybe we can get all of the e to the y terms on one side. I'm going to subtract this e to the y term over to the left-hand side. We have x e to the y, then subtract it so you get minus e to the y. Okay, subtract it over, and then subtract the x to the right-hand side. Subtract it from both sides. So you get minus x, minus 1 minus x, rather, minus 1 minus x. Or minus x minus 1, it doesn't matter. Now we can factor out an e to the y. So we get e to the y, parentheses. Let's think about what's missing. We have e to the y here, and we're trying to get x e to the y. We just need an x. And here we have e to the y, and here we have e to the y, so we just need a minus 1 here. And you can check. E to the y times x is e to the y times x. E to the y e to the y times minus 1 is minus e to the y. And here you have minus 1 minus x. Now we can divide both sides by x minus 1. So we end up with e to the y equals minus 1 minus x over x minus 1. And we're still looking for y, but it's in the exponent here. So now what we can do is take the natural log of both sides like this. So ln e to the y equals ln parentheses minus 1 minus x over x minus 1. And this is just going to be y. And then so we have y equals the natural log of minus 1 minus x over x minus 1. And you could leave it here, but it's really a lot better to write it using the correct notation. The fourth step is to do that. Just replace y with the inverse function. So it's f inverse of x is equal to the natural log of minus 1 minus x over x minus 1. It would be the inverse of our function. Pretty nice. Hopefully you have learned some mathematics. If you have, make sure to check out more videos. Until next time, good luck.